Nearly. Nearly. Morning, everyone. How we doing? Drop this. There we go. How's everyone doing? We good? Ready for Nasdaq? Hey Alan, I am good, thank you buddy. I am very good. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to give us a little like on the stream. I'm hoping that this morning continues in the same vein as the last sort of 12 hours over since the open. There's some excellent signals. We'll go over that in a minute. Let's have a little look at where we are. So as predicted, yesterday ended up being quite a bullish day. After that horrible week of wicks. It's not been pretty. It's not been pretty at all. However, yeah, so we're bullish again today. Let's have a little look at our time frame this morning. Might be getting our first significant pullback. We pushed up for the last 4 hours since midnight. So we're trading alpha zones. So let's go through what we're looking for. We're looking for our 1 hour alpha zone to be above or below, depending on whether we're looking for bullish or bearish. So for bullish trades, we're looking for our 1 hour alpha zone to be above the previous hour, so trending above, and if possible, continuing to take those as well. So the state is staying the same. And we want our 2 traffic lights to match up as well. So if we're looking for bullish, looking for buys, then we need 2 green traffic lights. Pretty simple, really. This is the simplified strategy. Try to keep people give some people something nice and easy to trade. So what we all trading this morning? We trading Nasdaq? So since midnight, we've opened above. 1 hour alpha zone has opened above at 1 a.m. 2 a.m. has opened above. 3 a.m. is above. Obviously, we're coming towards the end of this hour. We'll then see whether we're going to get what we really don't want, which is probably what's going to happen because I'm on the live. Is we don't want a sideways alpha zone really, because then we've got to be a little bit more risky. What we'd like to see is lighter day in between the alpha zones. Gives us confidence to take a signal in that direction. But we'll do a review in a minute of what it's been like since the open and see whether it's positive, negative, what. But right now, let's just give it a couple of minutes because we are our alpha zone is above at the minute, so we can get another one above, then we can carry on bullish, and hopefully our traffic lights will align. But right now, we just don't know. So we've got 2 minutes. Have a little look at the we tapped into this 1 hour alpha zone. Beautiful 5-minute signal as well. So a quick look at big money. Feels like a big sweeping impulse there has been tapped into. The whole move. It's not quite got there. See how we're getting on. Looks like we're going to open sideways. Okay, so we've got a new 1 hour alpha zone forming. Gonna end up with a completely sideways one. Oh, sod's law, isn't it? Clear. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Get on the live. So where are we all watching from? Drop it in the chat. Your Northern Hemisphere? Asia, Africa, witness. Perth, Australia. Nice. Beautiful part of the world. Somewhere I've never been. I've been a lot around the world, but I've not been to Australia. One day. Definitely somewhere I would like to try. Okay, so our alpha zone is as sideways as you can get. So we're going to need to use other confluences other than our 1 hour alpha zone as guidance. So what could we use? So yes, we've got our traffic lights, so we need them. We need them in line to be taking a trade. But if we're looking at what else we could use, well, if we're going to go take a bullish trade without the alpha zone being definitive, then I'd want to see the high of the logo. So if we get a buy signal and the high's been taken of the previous hour, and we've got 2 green traffic lights, then yeah, I'd absolutely consider taking a trade in the bullish direction. And if we broke the low, we had a sell signal and our traffic lights had changed red, then I'd also consider taking a trade. But we've now got, this is our Q zone. So we've got the open of the Q, which maps the Nasdaq. And this is the true open. The real daily. Morning, never suffer. How you doing, buddy? Feels like we might get a little bit more of a definitive pullback, but I guess it really. What could it be looking for? Let's have a look at our important levels indicator. Okay. So our Q close was down here. That's interesting. Let me just keep these in line. Keep them with us. So there is a chance that with us being reasonably close, that Nasdaq might want to come and fill the Q gap. Absolutely a chance of that. It does like to fill a gap, and it's not too far away. But let's see if we can get a bearish hour, see whether we get a push up before we come down, or whether that was it. That would, when I said we would be looking for other things to look for and why to take a trade, there's a perfect example. So we've got a sideways alpha zone, which isn't great. However, we'd be looking at, if we take this low, we've got a sell signal and our traffic lights change, we'd be looking to come and fill the Q gap. So there's added confluence of why to take a short. What are you saying, Never? I did a mistake yesterday, did not follow my rules, so it was a red day. Listen, mate, we have all done it. We all do it. I built these things and I'm sat there sometimes thinking I'm smarter than the indicators. We all... That's what trading is, mate. Don't beat yourself up. Today's another day. Green day coming. Keep positive. And the fact that you recognise it gives you more guile to make sure you don't do it again. So yeah, so we've got the Q gap below, Asia low. Not got loads above. We did come right down. It's just yes, we came up a long way after that massive drop. Right then. Still looks like a bullish day though. A little bit of wick in here. See if we can get a movement in a definitive direction. So the Q, eight minutes into the hour, 9 minutes into the hour, yeah, 8 minutes into 7 minutes into the hour. Get a push down. Coming below our 1 hour alpha zone. If we can maybe take the this lower the previous hour, that would help send us in the direction. So we will be, what have we got? We've got 2 hours left of this 4 hour, I think. The 4 hour candle. Yeah, this is the 3rd hour. So we're above the 4 hour. Our 4 hours have been bullish. Our 1 hours have been bullish. So we are still bullish. It's just whether or not it wants to come down and tap and take the Q gap, whether it's due a deeper retracement. So we didn't manage to close below the alpha zone yet. We're looking to stack our confluences, really. Excuse me. We want to get out of this 1 hour zone for a start before we do anything. Start making any decisions. Come on. I'm not going to lie, I'd prefer a short. I would. I like shorting. They drop more. As they say, bears go out the window. But it's very indecisive here at the minute. What else have we got below? Other than our Q gap here, a bit of liquidity here and here. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I fancy a short. I don't fancy trading back into this area. If it's going to be taken a long, I'd have wanted it sort of, rather than this deep retracement, taking this high here. But what will be will be. It's still fighting in the queue at the minute, so nothing definitive. As soon as I say I want a short, we go long. Right, so we have had a bullish break candle. So we could get a buy signal. But obviously, well, there we go. Like magic. But my traffic lights don't align. That's not my rules. So I am not going to be taking that one. As much as it would have been nice. Functioner 3. Welcome, my friend. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, buddy. Are you good? Oh, the signal's delayed there on the alert. Oh, it's because it didn't happen on that one. It happened on that. It was delayed. Okay, well. If you're in the long, good luck. I will be holding out. We are early in the hour on the queue. When we take an entry with alpha zones, not that I'm taking this entry as I said, but we do enter with a stop order. So you can see this. In fact, I'm just going to turn off brakes. Just for now. Just clean it up a bit. Yep, agreed. Let's see what comes. So we enter with a stop order. So put a stop order above the entry candle if everything had aligned, which it hasn't for me here, so I won't be taking it. And I'll stop below our swing low. I'm looking for a minimum of 1R, which our trade setup puts on here. 0.5, 1R, 1.5. Nice and easy. So if things had aligned up, then this would have put me in the trade. But as I say, you can see we have sideways alpha zones, which is one of our confluences that we don't want to see. We didn't at the point of entry have two traffic lights the same color. No, we may well carry on bullish here. Our traffic lights have changed green. Well, some are going to come off that we don't take, but we've got to have a plan. The whole point of this, though, is that the traffic lights are supposed to give us indication of whether the trend's going to continue or not. And at the point of entry, that wasn't strong enough, so we may get a push up. It may go on to win, but we have to have rules, guys. See, if it does carry on up, what I'd like to see is a little pullback break candle, white candle down, and then another buy signal up, and then I would definitely look to take it up here. Just not down here. Need to know whether we're going to break this. Because for me to get to 1R, I've got to take that high. So while it's doing that, let's have a little look of what overnight has looked like, because I won't be taking a signal on that yet until we get something clearer anyway. But if something crazy happens, do give me a message in the chat. I can see the chat. Right, so let's have a little look at, there we go, there's a breakdown. Our traffic lights change in red. Let's have a little look from the open. So where are we? Okay. So 6 p.m. New York time. Let's have a little walk through what we're looking for. We're looking for our 1 hour alpha zone to be below or above previous alpha zone, and preferably with lighter day in between. We're looking for 2 traffic lights to align, and we're looking for a signal. Try and keep it nice and easy. Yes, there are other things we'd like to take into account. Where's the Q? Where's the 4 hour? Where's the daily? Are we breaking highs? Are we breaking lows? You know what I mean? There's other things to take into account, but if we look for our simplicity of rules, then we are more likely to stay on the right path. So, as I mentioned before, sideways we don't like. This is a little bit of a, how would I put it? A little bit of an anomaly. Which 2 traffic lights? Alan, if you've got the 3, they're the trend traffic lights. The big money traffic lights you can get in the Discord. If you just search traffic lights in the Discord, you'll see the link to it. And you can download them from there. They are different traffic lights. So the normal traffic lights, the trend traffic lights, Alan, are they've built them into the signal. So you won't get a signal unless they all align. So to get a bearish signal, there has to be 3 trend traffic lights. So they're not as necessary because we've incorporated it into it. So they're good for the visual, good for your understanding of what's trending, but they're not essential because you wouldn't have got a signal unless they align, if that makes sense. We built these on different metrics. These are more of a higher time frame trend, and they're not built into the signals. It will, yeah. I don't want to slow the indicator down anymore. It's quite a hefty indicator, the golden candle indicator. So yeah. So these 2 are different. So that's why That's why you're only seeing me have 2 on, and you'll see it says big money traffic lights rather than trend traffic lights. So if you just have a search in the Discord, you can get them there. So yes, we've got a sideways alpha zone. That's a bit much in my ear. The sideways alpha zone, and because of that, that would be a problem. Now this is a little bit with this alpha zone. Let me just keep an eye on this over here. Now ticking back up. Get a notification if there's a signal. Yeah, this is slightly different because we're on Heikin-Ashi. Obviously, this looks like a massive down candle when really it's averaging, filling the gap there on the space between the close and the open after the shutdown on futures. So you will see that slightly different. Yeah, so our Heikin-Ashi here. So we are sideways. Getting a break candle up. Our traffic lights aren't aligned. So you can see. So yeah, we're not aligned yet anyway, so I'm not concerned about that coming in yet. So let's carry on with what we were doing. So we're sideways on the alpha zones, which means we need something more to give us indication of a trade. So I wouldn't be looking to take this sell signal. Our traffic lights are green. We're sideways. If anything, it's bullish. So we need to be a little bit careful on that. And then we get the next sell signal. Now, we have just taken the low of the previous hour. That gives us confidence of being able to take a trade. However, our traffic lights don't align yet. So at this point on this signal, we've now got two trend traffic. So we've got two big money traffic lights over red. We've broken the low of the previous hour. I'd be a lot happier to take that trade, and that will, as you'll see, comfortably gets to 1.5 hour. And a bit more actually, but quite quickly. 1.5 hour. Nice trade. Only thing not really aligning is obviously our alpha zone was sideways. We got a little bit of that after the open, but comfortable with a win on that one. Okay, so now our new 1 hour alpha zones opens, and we have got light of day between. So we've got a nice big gap between. The only thing to be a little bit concerned of is when we've opened, we have been all the way above here. And if I was going to be wary of anything, it would be that we are trading straight into the hour. Now, the close is near the bottom. We have gone 50% of the way through the 1 hour alpha zone. But everything else is aligned. Our alpha zones have got clear light of day between. We've got two traffic lights. Stop above the high. It's 1 hour. Okay, so we've then got sideways action. And as I said, we're going to be a little bit wary of sideways action. Let's just take a note. Okay, we're fine. And in fairness, we don't get a signal right through this anyway. Everything doesn't align. No sell signal while these traffic lights are red, which you'd want to look at because we've taken the low of the previous hour. Now, we hadn't taken this yet, so you'd be a little bit wary of that, but we don't get any signal. Keeps us out. And great thing about the indicator here is all this sideways price action, and it doesn't give us a signal. It's kept us out of it. Okay, so we come to midnight. Still sideways. Not touching anything when we've just gone directly, literally directly sideways like that. If you were going with the same principle of taking the low of the previous hour, you may consider it. However, straight away, the big alarm bell here. We've gone sell signal. Yes, we've taken the low of the previous hour and we've got our traffic lights, but look where it opens. So straight away, it's an alarm bell. We've got a sideways. We're entering with a stop order, but what you don't want to see is price retrace right back up that candle when you haven't got all your confluences. So we wait for our alpha zones to align, and then we get a new bullish 1 hour open above. We got light of day in between. We get a buy signal, which goes on to get us a minimum 1 hour, and obviously quite a bit more. They all will there if we again here. Bear with me, sorry. That one doesn't align. We haven't got our traffic lights. So if you can take this one here. Traffic lights are aligned. We haven't got our traffic lights here. We've got everything other. So I'm not saying you can't take them, but if you want an A+ setup, what we're looking for is everything to align, and that is your signal with your candles, with your traffic lights, and with your alpha zones. So there we go. And so let's have a little look. Our alpha zone is still bullish. We get a buy signal. Traffic lights are green. Stop above the swing low. As you'll see, that will go on comfortably up here, no problem. New 1 hour alpha zone. Traffic lights are still bullish. We get a buy signal. Stop below. Minimum 1R. Okay, so we're coming to our first, what looks like our first loss. We've got a buy signal. Our swing low is here, as you can see by the push down, which means that we would unfortunately just get tapped in here with our stop order, and then we would be taken out. You're never going to win them all. So we'll take a loss on the chin there. We tap back into our 1 hour alpha zone, which is still trending bullish. Our traffic lights have still held, so we're still green. We got a buy signal. And another winner. That one is also a loss. Yes, we've had a buy signal. Here's our swing low. Let's just check that. Let's give it a second. Replay slowing it down. Yeah, so I'll swing low down here. So yeah, so unfortunately we do just get tapped on that here. So would have took a loss there as well. And now we've got sideways alpha zone. Haven't taken the high. However, now's the time to start looking. Okay, so here's our previous hour high. We've got 2 traffic lights green. If we're getting a buy signal up here to take this, then let's see. I would prefer to take the high first. We failed to take the low of the previous hour. Just bide our time now and wait and see. We can get a buy signal, and the reason we can get a buy signal is because, well, we need volume, because the volumes are built into the signals. What I'd like is a push up beforehand. Is it going to... So we haven't taken the high of the previous hour. breaking my rules. If it's taken the high of the previous hour, see, we have got, where's the open here? This is bullish. Okay, I'm going to stay out. So the reason I'm staying out is because we have a sideways alpha zone and we haven't yet taken the high of the previous hour. Which, if we'd have taken the high of the previous hour, that would have been enough confluence to add to take a trade. But I ain't taking chances. Stick to the rules. What do you lot think? Drop your comments in the chat. See if it takes the high or it fails. Nothing more bearish than a failed high. Yeah, I think no trade's the right call, even if it does play out. It's see, in fairness, we have had a break candle down now. So if we do carry on up, we can get another buy signal anyway now, because we've had that nice little pullback. So if it takes this high and then we get a buy signal, then I'll take it. I want to see it close above though. Am I being that pernickety? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, come off it. Not there. That is fucking infuriating. Oh, you swine. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm slightly aggrieved at that. Let's see if it would have taken us in. So with the signals, if it takes the high, you'd be on a stop order. If it takes the low before taking the high, this signal will disappear because it's invalidated. But let's see what it does. Really just wanted it to close here, give me a buy signal, and then skyrocket. But maybe the reason it's done it there keeps us out. Don't trust the indicators. So it would have took us in. It's not yet took. Yeah, let's took the high. Oh well, we need to wait. Follow our rules. So we have taken the high the previous hour now. So if we do get a push down now, and then a push back up, now I can take it. Within the rules. Okay, Maximus, calm down. Let's see if we're going to get a push up anyway. Make that a winning signal, or am I going to be found? Oh, it's tapped that. So it's just tapped to our real close price. That's interesting. Look. Okie dokie. So we're above our 1 hour alpha zone. We're above our Q zone. So we are bullish in that sense. Our traffic lights are green. We have swept the high of the previous hour, but we have not closed above it. And we've just tapped. We failed to take the yesterday's close. So let's see. A little bit of a rejection of the previous hour. It's nice if it had closed below, because we can't get a buy signal unless it does. Okay, good. So it's going above, but without a breakdown, break up, we can't get a buy signal. So our buy signals would have played out, all of them. Unfortunately, it didn't fit my rules. Right, so where can price go now? What's price looking for? Got a previous day high above. Gonna have to put in some structure. Still not filled our gap. But it doesn't mean it will do. Right, well, until we get a pullback, let's have a little look. Let's have a look at gold, eh? Let's have a look at gold. Anyone want to see gold? Bit choppy. Straight into Asia low. Still bearish on gold. Alpha zones have been indecisive there. Sideways. Trade off the low of the previous hour. I don't think you'd have got a win out of that one though. These are opening above. You get a win here. Sideways. Some movement on oil. So we've got a sideways but more of a bearish alpha zone. Takes the low of the previous hour. 2 traffic lights. Bang. Beautiful from oil. Fortunately, we were bullish and not took the low. Bearish and took the low. Another winning trade. Talk about sideways. I'll be sticking with Nasdaq for now. So we're still going to the moon. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys, if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. This helps us get it out to a few more people. If you have any interest in the indicators that we're using today, I'm using a big money traffic lights indicator, which helps us with our trend, giving us confidence of when to take a trade. I'm using golden candle indicator, which is our signal indicator, giving us our buy and sell signals. Also our important levels. Important levels has given us, it was our close yesterday, previous hour low, our Q gap, Asia low, our previous day high, and it has these liquidity lines built in as well, so you know where price might want to go to. Why it might be drawn here, why it might be drawn there. Let's have a look. Look across, it's liquidity here. You can see them working their way through. So yeah, and we're also using our Alpha Zones Pro, which is, as you will see, in its most basic format. We're using the 1 hour Alpha Zones here to guide us on direction, looking for space between and the trend to be bullish or bearish, and our Q zone, and also our 4 hours and our daily, or even our weekly, monthly, whatever you want to put on. Let's just have a quick look. There we go. So we'll muddy it up for a second. So our 4 hours are in blue here. So our 4 hour alpha zones are trending bullish. We are now currently sat in our daily. You can see this is our daily alpha zone from last night. Came all the way down. We've come right back up. We tapped into it. Come back down again for the Q, and then come back into the daily. So if we can get above this, now that we're above the Q, we'll get quite a bullish day. Just knock a few of them off for a minute. Where's our weekly? Down here. Weekly's down here. So yeah, so all those indicators are what I'm using today, what I use every day. They're all in Max Algo Premium. As I always say, guys, I'm not sitting here pitching to you. If you do want to have a look at the indicators, the link is pinned in the chat. You're welcome to have a look. If you use Buy Now as a code, you'll get it for $149 for everything for life. No monthly fees, nothing like that, just a one-off for everything we do. And anybody who's been with us a while will know, if you do that, then you get lots of extras as and when we build them. We just add them in. Lots of it. So now we've had a breakdown. It's quite a big push down. So we're coming out of our daily again, if we remember me just saying then. Let's pop the daily on its own. It's our daily alpha zone that we've come into. What can often happen is you tap in, come back to the Q, tap in, come back to the Q. So that might be what we're doing here. But I ain't taking a short. The only place I'd be taking a short is below here. We don't have our traffic lights. We've taken the high of the previous hour. There's too many confluences not to. Do I think if it drops below the daily, we could get to come down here? Very much. Let's have a little look at what our big money indicator says. All we do with our big money indicator is we just mark up a high and a low. So let's go with these. And that gives us a big money zone. And this is where it's built to show you where institutional money is likely to try and get fair value. So if price wants to continue on up, then what does it want to do? Well, it wants to pull price back down here, get it at a better price, and then carry on up. Mark this on. So the idea with the big money zones is that they're valid if it rejects. If it doesn't reject and it goes through, then it's made it invalid. So we don't need a million of them on the chart. We just need to understand which ones it's respecting and then look for possibilities out of there. So if we get a tap in here, we get a break back up above this and a buy signal, and our traffic light is still green, then we are on to a winner, in theory. Big money buyer zone, and obviously with these, look for distinct big impulses as a full sweep up from the queue. It gives it right down here. So if it completely disrespects this could be the place where it taps and goes, because you've got a full impulse up, but it does still use the internals. So let's see if it's going to tap and go from our big money zone. Gives you a good indication of why price might go somewhere, why it might hold. And when you're seeing structure being put in, why structure's being put in, and where. So we can look on the way. Let me just get rid of these, the chart for a minute. All our winners. You can literally work your way up and go, okay, low, high, taps in, break candle, go. You see, we get a new low. You get a proper push up, look at that impulse, comes back in, taps, taps, breaks, go. Big money. It's not. So we're looking for a break candle out of it to take an entry or a buy and sell signal, however you want to trade it. But you can see as it taps in, you get a clean rejection out. They're brilliant entries. In conjunction with the golden candle indicator, it's just fantastic. It gives you that break candle up. So a little bit of consolidation. It comes up, back down, back up again, tap. You'll see in the opposite direction, if we go, you'll see it's breaking bearish zones. So if we do the high to the low, you'll see it's breaking them. So if you want to see a reason why, you would go, okay, well, we've got a low here and a high here. Holds this. When would I want to see it? When would I be looking to take a trade? Would I be looking to take a trade internally? No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to break bearish zone. So we've got a bearish zone here. Out of this zone. In fact, let me just mark it on. We mark on our big money buyers. So we just pop that on there. It's a thing of beauty. So what you want to see is, I want to see it close above a seller zone. So we put in our buyer zone. Right, so it's not here. It's not. Tap this one here. After we've had this choppiness, okay, well, I'm going to wait until it breaks above a buyer's, a seller's zone to say that sellers are being invalidated, disrespected, and buyers are holding. Buyers holding, buyers holding, buyers holding. Disrespect the sellers. Off it goes. Have a look. So we've got a full move up here. Sellers dilute market. Okay. How you doing, Chris? You okay, buddy? Yeah, so we're still getting sellers being disrespected. So we've got our new hour. Let's park big money for a minute. Let's get back to our alpha zones. A new 1 hour alpha zone. Let's knock our daily off. No, gold is buy and hold. Moe calls already in play for December. I'll take your word for that, buddy. Sounds like you know more than me on that. Crazy one with gold and silver at the minute. Especially if you're prop firm trading. Pain in the ass. As soon as volatility hits, they kick you out. Okay, so we're going to tap down into our big money buyer zone. We've had a new 1 hour alpha zone open, and let's just go through what we said before. Our new 1 hour alpha zone has opened above our previous. We have light of day in between. So our alpha zones, 1 hour alpha zones, the trend is still bullish. That doesn't mean we won't go bearish, but if we're getting longs, it gives us confidence of that. Yeah, I don't trade a lot of metals, mate, to be honest with you. You clearly know what you're talking about. So we're still holding this big money buyer zone. For now. What I'm looking for, as I often say, is I'm looking for a bit of conviction, confidence in a direction. Our traffic lights all the way down here, our traffic lights have stayed green. We get a break above this green line, the buy signal. I'm interested. Seems to have just slowed a little bit for the open of this hour. It's our final hour of our 4-hour candle. Our ATR is stupidly low at the minute. Okay, so we're getting break below our 1-hour alpha zone. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. If you're not subscribing already, hit the button. We get notified when I go live in the mornings. We're still in this big money buyer zone. Just whether or not we're going to hold it or we're going to continue back and tap into our queue. As I mentioned before, we do still have a gap in our queue. Just here. So we've got this gap here that it may look to fill. Okay, so we're going to break candle back up. Likely to get above this 1-hour alpha zone. Volume picking up a little bit. If we can get above now and get a buy signal, our traffic lights have stayed green. Come on, Nasdaq. Doesn't want to get above. As I said, though, our 4-hour is bullish in the sense that the current 4-hour is above the previous 4-hour. So is our 1-hour. So we are in line with that. And if we can get above our current 1-hour, still tapping in here. Let's have a little look. Have we got news today? I haven't even checked. Unemployment, 8:30. Shouldn't affect us early on too much. It's a bit more like it. Come on, get above our 1 hour. When I say get above, I mean close above. Okay. So we're getting some bullish volume. We're coming above our 1 hour alpha zone. Five seconds left on this candle. No buy signal yet. We're going to continue up. We need some volume. Won't get a signal without the volume. Come on, ping the signal. We get a bit of conviction here. I think this could be the one. Come on, Nasdaq. It doesn't want to give me a signal, does it? You were happy to give me a signal when it didn't align. Come on. Okay, so not this candle. Breaking below. See if we're going to tap back into the hour. It's kept us out up to now. we're going to tap back into our 1 hour. Thanks for the like, guys. Appreciate it. It's a beautiful little tap of the 1 hour. Patience is a virtue, come on. So we're going to break down. Look there, then that is, see if it's just holding. Take care, mate. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your time. Have a good day. Let's have a little look at big money here. So we get this big sweeping impulse down. I think actually the first one is there. It's high up. And then we've got this here. It is still disrespecting sellers and holding this buyers. So we just have to wait and see. Okay, so we're breaking through the 1 hour. See if it's going to close below, or are we just going to tap into big money again and carry on? The fact that it hasn't tested the Q at all does make me think that it could come down and test this. Going to reject again. Still rejecting. Come on. Let's get something definitive. Feels like it wants to go down. Well, if we get a push down, I can't take a sell until we get below this alpha zone. So come on, close below. Okay, so we're coming for our Q. Good. So that is gone. We've got a flick on our traffic lights to red. And a sell signal directly into the Q. Nah. Sell signals our signals have all gone against the rules at the moment. Our alpha zone, 1 hour alpha zone is bullish. We're above our Q. Traffic lights are not aligned. Where would I be looking for a sell? Below here. If I was entering, I'd be entering with a stop order. With my stop here. Or here. Wouldn't want it to go above the 1 hour alpha zone really anyway. So you see we're holding this same point here. Let's have a little look at what that is. Because it looks as though it's going to be this area here. Nope. A little internal. Yeah. So we held this buyer zone here, and that's what we've come back to here. I think it's probably going to go through that though, to be fair. But that's where it's getting its rejection from. Yep. Is it going to wick again? Is it going to come down? So we're getting a push down. I'm fully expecting this to at least tap into the Q. We're going to get a trade. Obviously, we've had such a lovely run up. Signals have been absolutely beautiful. Taking a sell here isn't ideal. Certainly doesn't fit with the rules, but it's also not ideal. You had so many bullish signals. Do we really want to take the first bearish one? Probably not. Okay. I'd like to think that getting below the Q would give us decent incentive to drop. We've got plenty of liquidity below the Q. And we've got our Q gap around here. So it could well be that it wants to come and fill these. Which is what you'd expect, really. Especially if it's going to drop below. Sam Kello. Bottom of which box? You mean the big money box? I've hit my box, haven't I? Hit my box. I deleted it, didn't I? Our big money. Was it this one? No, it's this one. So we're getting a rejection off there. Interesting. Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this box here? Are you talking about the green one I had on? Well, the basics. Okay, let's go through it. Nice and easy. Simple on the screen here for a start. 1 hour alpha zone above or below. You want to understand what an alpha zone is? An alpha zone is the 1 hour area that is put in first minute of the hour, and this offers area of direction, understanding of what the hourly candle is going to do. So yeah, so we've got our hourly alpha zones happen every hour. Just turn the rest off so you can see 1 hour alpha zone 1 1 1 1 1. What you're looking for is direction. So bullish, because it's opened above. You've got lighter day in between the two. So dead simply, are we trending? Sideways, we're not trending. That's why I didn't take this. So dead easy, 1 hour alpha zone, space above, space above, not above, space above. If I had a buy, I'd have took it. Looking for 2 traffic lights. So all the way up, once we've got green traffic lights, our alpha zones were above, green traffic lights, alpha zones are above, and then we got a buy signal. That's it. That if you want simplicity, if that's what you're trying to look for a small short period of time, that's all you need to do. Is there more to it? Yeah, of course there is. But from a simplicity point of view, for a new trader like yourself, then you can just follow the simplistic rules, and then you can watch the rest of the videos and the course and everything if you want to do it. But otherwise, wife's personal trainer has just killed her. So what we're looking for at the moment is our alpha zone opened above here. So we were looking for buys. We were looking for our traffic lights to stay green and to get a buy above here and go. That didn't happen. So we got to sell instead, but everything else wasn't aligned. So we stayed out of it. It's following the rules. That's the important part. Doesn't matter whether there was these played out. Signals won. Does it matter? No, because we wouldn't have followed our rules by taking it. And the next time when it took them, they wouldn't have played out, and it'd have been because we didn't follow our rules. So what am I looking for now? I'm looking for either a return above our alpha zone here, bullish traffic lights and a buy signal, or I'm looking for a break below our Q here, our traffic lights to align, and a sell signal. That's it. Not rocket science, simple rule. If it plays out while we're on the live, it plays out. If it doesn't, we go again tomorrow. It should be boring. It should be simple. If it's not, you're overcomplicating it. And overcomplication in trading, especially if you're new, will kill you. So I just want to see a break below that Q. So still getting a push down into the Q. Starting to get some serious bearishness on the traffic lights. What we could really do with is a solid push through rather than what you can very often get with the Q zone is this messing around. And I hate trading around the Q. Come on, push through. The Q's such an important zone. It's rare it'll just go straight through. Hopefully we can get a push. Could just be tapping into here for a while. 10:39 UK time. What time are we on here? 5:39 in the morning, New York. Those of you in America watching, fair play. It's nice and early. Anybody watching in the US? Anybody up that early? Morning mirror, up nice and early. You want the big money indicator? Yeah, no problem. Give me a sec, I'll drop you the link. Bear me 1 second. You can have the big money indicator. Absolutely nothing. There you go, Mira. There's the link for the big money indicator. You'll need to go through to WAP. WAP will send you a message with a link to the indicator, and it will also give you a link to Big Money Discord, which is also free. And watch the video. There's a Big Money I've recorded a video on YouTube that you'll be able to watch. All of it's completely free on that, on Big Money. And you can enjoy. It's all right. Obviously, you will get the odd message in regards to Max Algo Premium. Don't have to take it, but it's there. But yeah, so Big Money Indicator's free. You can watch the video. You'll need to, just so you know, you'll need to click the rockets in TradingView on the indicator to add it to your favorites, and then go into your favorites and search it. And that's how you find it. And I don't want rain. I want some clear skies so I can have a walk at my lunch. Get some food. See the sky. Even though it's 10 degrees. So we've tapped into our queue. Such an important zone. We tapped in, broken back up. So there's nothing quite yet that said to me that we've gone bearish. We've just pulled below the 1 hour. Quite comfortably end up pushing back up here and closing above. But we'll have to wait and see. For me to take a buy signal, I need my traffic lights to align. And I want to be around here, preferably. Depends on whether we're going to carry on up, or whether we're going to continue to fight with our queue and try and get down to our queue gap. Hoping. I'm happy if it drops below. We just need to give it some. We need some conviction and direction, really. Yeah, the same goes for anyone else. If you do want the big money indicator, just click the link there. It's completely free. It's all yours. See if we can get a bit of a push back towards our 1 hour alpha zone. Get above this. Then I would love a buy signal around here. Let's have a little look how gold's getting on. If price bounce off the resistance like it did, what we're having to look at, because the direction was bullish and it swing low like that. I don't really understand what you mean, buddy, sorry. Yeah, the direction is bullish. However, come on, I'll just Yeah, the direction is bullish. This is can just quite easily be a pullback. We've bounced off the Q. But I don't like trading directly from here into a 1 hour alpha zone because they cause resistance. I much prefer to be above. And we have also got our important levels indicator has let me know that we've got a gap on the Q. So our Q opened here. We've got all this space here that is left to be filled. And Nasdaq likes to fill the Q gap. Very often than not, if it's not too far away, it will fill it on the day. Now, it may take till New York to fill it, but it does like to fill the Q gap. So that's why, as much as we are bullish on everything, that doesn't mean that it doesn't want to come down here and fill this. Let's have a little look. Right now, not quite got up to that zone. Next big money seller zone. Not quite got to there either. Next impulse, it's tapped into and come down. So we're holding sellers still at the minute. Sellers are in control in this period of time. Let's see, it's held it again. Yep. So you see, lower high, lower high, lower high. But each time it's holding big money seller zone. Marking that on. There's our high. What are we on to? Here we are. There's our low. Taps up, breaks down. So sellers are still holding, but it can't get through this. So what you'd want to see is, if we're going to go bullish, we need to break through this. If we close above this, that could be your first indication. Buyers are back in control. And then you'd look to see, then do we start, if we break that one, do we then break this one? Do we break this one? Are we breaking this? The one that it held here first and foremost. So if it breaks these, can it then break this big money seller zone here? And if it can, sellers stay in control. Let's see if we can hold, but as you can see right now, we are still, sellers are still in control. It's tapped and gone. There's our break. Yeah, if we're trading big money, yeah. It's a simple indicator. For buyers to take control, sellers have got to be disrespected. Right, our traffic lights have gone red. If we get through this and we get a sell signal, I will be looking to go down to that Q gap. Let's be damn straight and clear on that. However, I'm not taking it right into the Q here. It's going to need to come right down. Q is too much of a level of resistance to take a sell directly here. So we've got 16 seconds. If we can break down, we can get a bit further into it, maybe. But I ain't trading a rejection. Not fucking happening. Because what can often happen here is exactly what happened at that same point, came back up. With an entry, we'd only enter with a stop order anyway. If it takes the high of the candle before it takes the low, it will invalidate this sell and the sell will disappear. And with that level of resistance on the Q, my prediction was correct. So, no trade. So what I would like to see now is, due to the fact that we have had a sell signal that's been invalidated, in theory that is still there. So that means that we won't get another sell signal until we've had a break back up and then back down. It's always a little bit of a fight to get through the queue. It's holding it. How are we all doing anyway? Are we good? Numbers are low today. Really low. I think I've bored the pants off you all. See if we can get a trade. Don't worry about asking questions, mate. That's why I'm on. You ask away, honestly. If I can help, I will. If price pulls back into the red zone, you drew, and create two rejections, what we're supposed to do? Well, there are plenty of trades from big money zones if they're held. Hold, hold, hold. Break candle. Short. 1 hour. Done. I'm not trading those rejections at the minute. I'm trading the buy and sell signals. Oh, he's going to go through this queue and go without me. I can fucking feel it. I won't be happy. I won't be happy. So I want to see it get below the Q zone, but we could have a little push up and then break through. That would be nice. Because then we could get another sell signal. And I really want a sell signal here. Because that will let me target. I've got areas of liquidity to go to. Got London low to break. Got liquidity, liquidity, and I've got the Q gap. And then there's plenty below. So Right now, though, we are stuck directly in the queue. Okay, we're getting a little tap up. Just a close above. Just a close above would be nice. Come on. Close above and then plummet. Come on. Just want the setup to be right. If the trade's there, I'll take it, but I'm not taking a punt if it's not. So a close above this green line would create me a break up. A push back down would create me a breakdown, and then I can get a sell signal while my traffic lights are still red. And I can target the Q gap below. So that's what I'm looking for. That's the current setup I want. But it might not get above. If we don't get a break up, I can't get my sell signal. Come on, get above. Get above. Stop playing games with me. Just needed a slight close above. That's all we need. Because I still fancy it short. I do. Just need to be above this line. Come on, Nasdaq. Let's fucking go. Oh, come on. It's got to close above, or we can't get a sell. But it's got to close above, then below. 30 seconds left. Just a little close above. Oh, we've got a new hour. Didn't realize it's 11 o'clock. Ah, this is it. Come on. So, let's just go over where we are. So, we're currently sat in our queue, but we are forming our new 1 hour alpha zone, which happens to also be our new 4 hour alpha zone. So, all you really need to know on that is 4 hour candles are really important. And the formation of a 4 hour candle is really important. So, our 1 hour has opened below. Our traffic lights are red. We are bearish. Internally, we are bearish. So, we've got a little sweep up. Break down. Needs to close above, you absolute swine. Do not do that. Don't you dare. So what I need is I need it to close above this green line. If it doesn't close above the green line, I can't get a break. It won't give me a break up. To get a break down, to get a sell. So a little bit more of a push up. But 20 seconds. Just get a little push up. Hold. Stay above. Stay above. Stay above. Okay, we've got to break up. There's one of three what we need. So now what we need is a break below. And the only reason I'm explaining this is just so you understand the functionality of where the signal will come from. There's a lot of things what need to happen for it to signal to form, but these are two things that are essential, otherwise it can't. And even though everything else is in line, it wouldn't form. Okay, new candle. See if we can get a push down below this and break. We can get a close below. Stop above here. Let's fucking go. Guys, if you're not subscribing, don't forget to click the button. If you haven't given us a like on the stream, please do. We're getting our break candle down. We've got 30 seconds left of this candle. I would like it to get a little bit more of a push down. See if we can close below the Q. Would be enough to give us close below here. Should be, with all the other confluences, a bit of volume, and it should be enough to give us a sell signal. Now come on, get down and below. 45 seconds. Let's pop on what we've got here. Got London low. Our Q gap. Want a sell signal on this candle. I'm going to push down, close below, sell signal. That's what I'll be looking for, but it might not be this candle. Coming back up a bit, still rejecting. Not managed to close below. Tapped back into the 1 hour. So it's not going to be this one. So we've had a break back up. See if if it wants to push above and get above our 1 hour alpha zone, it is still fighting with the Q, which we know can happen. Don't rain. Don't rain. So we fought with our Q. Haven't quite got above our 1 hour alpha zone yet. It's a great understanding though for why price is stagnating here. Most people don't use the Q, but you can see why we're getting these rejections. And it might not want to go down yet at all. Which in that case, I wouldn't be looking for a long unless we get above here. Our alpha zone is trending bearish. We currently have our traffic lights are red. Because it could completely skyrocket, but it feels like price wants to go down. It's just got some resistance on the way. So that's a potential break. We're still stuck on this Q. Life comedy, how are you doing? You need my help. Just open a real account on Xness. I've connected it, but buy and sell signals is not active. Unfortunately, life comedy, I haven't got a clue. I appreciate your message. I don't know, mate. I don't really use MT5. I use Trader8 to be fair, so I can't really help with that, I'm afraid. Which is not really the answer I wanted to give to you, to be honest with you. Morning, Kevin. No, I didn't. I waited. My 1 hour alpha zone opened above, so I was looking for longs. Unless we took the low of the previous hour, which we didn't. We are just taking it. So I didn't take the sell signal, even though it's played out. And for me to take a trade, our new 1 hour alpha zone has trended bearish, which is great. I want to see a close below the Q and a sell signal with the traffic lights aligned. That's the trade I'm looking for. Brock, welcome to Big Money. Thank you for signing up. Don't forget to follow the instructions. Join the Discord so you can message me. It's free. And watch the video. Best advice I can give you, Brock. Watch the video. I spent the time to put it together so that you get the info you need, but it will tell you what to do. So we're still fighting on the Q zone, but I'm following my rules. That's why I've not taken a trade yet. We're still battling with it. So we're still fighting with our 1 hour alpha zone and not getting below the Q yet. Get below here and get our trade. Please. Oh, for God's sake. Pushing below our 1 hour again. We need a solid close below, not all this wicks. And then let's go fill the gap. Come on. It wants to. It's just how long it takes. Man's got to eat at some point. are a couple of hours into this. Only 2.5 hours. So just to recap, a little bit of consolidation in regards to our alpha zones after a beautiful move up and all our lovely buy signals following the plan. And then this pullback, we're waiting to get a close below here to get us down to our Q gap, which is about here, I think. Yep, there. Let's just mark it on so I don't have to leave everything on. So there's the Q gap we're looking for. But we can't take a trade until we get a signal and below here, or at least at the edge. Well, should be below. Funded FC, howdy buddy. I'm glad you like the indicators. Thank you very much. On Golden Candle V3, I enabled volume bubbles, but can't change the minimum volume threshold. Let's have a look. In fairness, mate, you don't want to change that. What's your name in the Discord, mate? And I will come back to you after the live. But yeah, I wouldn't change that. There is a couple of tweaks on there because part of that doesn't need to be in the settings. That's probably getting a bit confusing for you. I've not removed it on the update when I was testing. So that's fine, but I wouldn't bother changing them at all. I do not change them. They stay exactly as they are. Fox 2. Okay, Fox. Brilliant. I will let you know when I've updated it, but I wouldn't worry about changing them. Just keep them as they are. That volume's built into the signals. So it's important it stays as it is. I've sort of fine-tuned that. Hope that helps anyway. But I'm glad you're liking the indicator. The golden candle one is brilliant. What we need now is a push down. Still not going down though. Fighting in this Q zone. Back into the 1 hour alpha zone. Plenty of consolidation. Just gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to start doing overnight because these were just beautiful. They were absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're 22 minutes into the hour, 23 minutes into the hour. Current high is at 8 minutes in. Current low at 4 minutes. Looks like we're battling again with the top of the 1 hour. So let's have a little look at the big money indicator that we were saying before. We tapped into this and it held. And another push down. Tapped into this and it's held. Whether or not this is going to hold. Currently holding. So sellers are still in control in this period of time. See if it can hold this. Ah, okay. So we're disrespecting sellers here. So it's holding the queue. So our traffic lights are still red. Our alpha zones are trending bearish. We got a big candle up off the queue. So what would it take for me to be taken along? It would have to be up here. It'd have to be here. I would only take a long there. Because traffic lights are red. Alpha zones are trending bearish. As much as it's broke this, it's our first instance of big money sellers being disrespected. We still have, check our impulse. A minute. So we're in here, and the full impulse down here. It could just, if I Change it to 1, which I should for such a big move. You could just tap in here and go. Thanks for subscribing, Curtis. Welcome to the crew. This full impulse here, as we've marked in our high to our low all the way down here. We're tapping into this area. Doesn't mean it's going to hold it, but it's an area of interest. Personally, I'd want to see it break down. Or get above here, change green, let's fucking go. But one or the other. None of this indecision in the middle here. Depends whether we're going to get a bigger rejection. Just check down. Only problem here is I don't want to sell signal here. I want to sell signal down here. So if we get a sell signal here like we did here, straight into it, then in fairness, the traffic lights weren't aligned here, but I ain't trading straight into the queue. And as much as that might be frustrating because we've been sat here for ages waiting for that sell signal, you will see every instance we've tried to get through here, we've failed because the queue is such an area of resistance. So a breakdown into it is fine, but the only time I'm taking a sell is when it's down here. For show. So we are going to break down. Now in a standard time, if this was didn't have the queue here, and we get that rejection and it pushed down, I'd take the trade here out of the break candle because it's a perfect tap up into a big money seller zone. See what it's going to do. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. If you're still with us, appreciate you sticking around and watching. Still tapping up into this zone. Similar to where we got some resistance here. Get a push down. Solid rejection out of the big money seller zone. I still fancy the short. I really do. I want to fill that Q gap. Let's just check. No change on the news. No, just unemployment. 8:30. So we've got 2 hours till that. Not that I'll be here in 2 hours, but want to get back below our 1 hour alpha zone and back below our Q. Just getting this little indecision at the minute between the hourly and our seller zone. Tapping in again. Tapping in again. As I said, to get a buy signal, I'd need my traffic lights to go green, and I'd want to get above here. We could get one earlier than that, and we definitely would get one earlier than that, but I wouldn't be taking it until we've got above. I want to see some real conviction to the downside. As I mentioned earlier, guys, if you do want to use any of the indicators I'm using big money. This is what this red box is here. It's marking on highs and lows. That's completely free. Link is in the description. And I'm also using our signals indicator and Alpha Zones Pro, which are premium indicators. And the link is pinned in the chat here. You can have a little look. If not, we can just keep doing what we're doing. Holding this area. Come on. Time to move, Nasdaq. You've had your fun. Time for mine. It's got to be ready. gold. Big money still playing out on gold as well. Getting a push back up. Right, well, I gave up the ghost. Now we're at sort of 2 hours 45 minutes, but I'm really trying to see if we can get a trade on the live today. I just want to do it within my rule set. You guys, too many trades today? Any wins and losses in the chat here? Let me know in the chat. One win. Well done, Alan. GG, mate. Oh, come on. Let's give it 10 more minutes. See if we can get through. If we can get one or the other in that time, we'll take a trade and stick around. If not, we'll leave it be. We've had a break candle down. See, since our traffic lights started to change red, we have stayed red, even with this bit of bullishness. Just terrible price action here, though. Just sitting in between these. Cheers, Alan. See you later, bud. Thanks for coming on. We've got no volume. Let's give her a little bit longer, because Every time I click off the stream, that's when the trade happens. So let's just see if we can just get a push. Come on. Give it 5 more minutes. Come on, down you go. Let's get through our 1 hour. Absolute swine. Just when I want to get some food. Why aren't I shorting with my traffic lights red? Entry because it's not just the traffic lights I wait for. I'm not going to short straight into the queue because this is what happens. The Q zone, this blue Q zone, I need it to get through that first because it's a high area for me of rejection. So until it gets through that, I ain't gonna take the short. That's why. Does that make sense? Might not be how everyone trades it, but that's how I trade it. So we want to get a push below our alpha zone. Would be good. See if we can get below the Q. No, it's not ICT. It's not ICT. It's max algo, alpha zones. It's not ICT. I've not studied ICT, to be fair. I say I've not studied it. I know a little bit on ICT, but I don't trade ICT. These alpha zones are based on the structure of a candle, not based on ICT. And we built them. Let's get a close below. Still struggling with that. It's going to need a bit of conviction. It's going to need a push. Okay, we're getting back to the area we want to be in. It's just whether or not it's going to hold or it's going to reject again. What I'm looking for is a sell here so I can get down to our Q gap. See if we can get a close below our hour. If we can, we might just push. We might just push below the Q then. Come on. We've been patient. We've stuck to our rules. Because of this, I do feel the drop here is where we'd get the sell signal. I just want it to be below. I don't want to do it into a rejection. If anyone does want to look at the indicators that we're trading today, the link is pinned to the chat. Still holding. So we are in the queue. We want to stay in and push down. We don't want to be going back above. Come on. Get down. Now's the time. Playing games with me. Fighting it. It's the problem with the queue. That's why I hate trading right around it. It just makes it so difficult. Once you're through it, it's fine. You can get some structure, but otherwise you can end up in this real difficult period of consolidation. So we're still rejecting out the queue. Nah. The push out the queue and out the hourly is not what I was looking for at all. Let's have just a quick check on big money again. See if it's going to hold. Yeah, so it's pulling bullish here. So let's just go over. We've had lovely one when the traffic lights change, alpha zone to bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. 1 loss before the live. Just typical, isn't it? And then we're in this area of Q grabbing. Currently holding this big money zone. give it 1 minute. Let's just see if it wants to. Failed to take this again. Failed. Pushed up. Failed. Let's just see. See if we get a push down. It's holding. No, rejecting off the 1 hour again. Every time I think I'm just gonna go. And then it just throws a little mealworm out and just draws me back in. Well, if I've done anything, I've been vigilant. I've stuck to my rules. I've not took any silly trades. Follow the process. But I am going to call it a day. For now, anyway. See if I can catch one in New York. Because this isn't what I'm looking for. If you haven't, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button. I'll be back on tomorrow. Back on tomorrow morning. Reasonably early again. Hopefully we can catch one this afternoon. Have a good day trading. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you.